Narendra Modi is all set for his state visit to the United States in the month of June. And we also have a new ambassador of the United States in New Delhi, Mr. Eric Garcetti. Very good afternoon, sir. Welcome to India.
Thank you. It feels great to be back.
And we just a while back broke the story of the possibility of India and the United States finally possibly inking a GE deal where the GE would be manufacturing jet engines in India for India's fifth generation aircraft. And that's going to be a big one. I want to ask you, finally, the hesitations of history that Prime Minister Modi spoke about in the US Congress in 2016, are we past them, over them, and India and US together are looking forward in the direction of a very long, enduring partnership specific to defense in the light of this development?
There's no question that those are the days of the past. And we've been accelerating this relationship for many years, even many administrations. I would say this visit of the Prime Minister will turbocharge it even further in a way that we see not just defense cooperation, co-production, research and development, but also exercises now. India does more with the US than any other military on the face of the earth. And a friendship that undergirds this, a friendship that's the foundation. This is not about just aligned interests or transactions that are in both of our interests. This is about a relationship that's deep, not just between our leaders, but between our people.
Right. In the first few days of your coming here, we saw those poignant pictures, and you tweeted of you at the memorial in Mumbai to the 26/11 victims of terror. That's something on which both the nations have been collaborating for a while. Incidentally, your visit to Mumbai happened, I think, the same day when a US court in California agreed that Tahawur Hussain Rana can be extradited to India. Is there an indication that a lot is happening on collaboration between India and the United States on terror, given those two developments?
Unfortunately, terror does unite us. We've both been traumatized by, victimized by terror, and we stand shoulder to shoulder, arm in arm with our Indian counterparts. And I think the Rana extradition is the perfect case in point that we are working so closely together, not just about bringing to justice what has happened in the past, but preventing tragedy from happening in the future, taking down gangs that are international crime syndicates linked to drug trade, to terrorism. And our law enforcement now work together, both here in Delhi and also in the United States, to ensure that this is seamless. If somebody does wrong by India, somebody does wrong by the United States as a terrorist, we will bring them to justice no matter where it occurs.
One aspect is, and that takes me to the next question, despite the collaboration and the cooperation that has happened between India and the United States, we have seen certain obstructionism, for example, on the designation of global terrorists, particularly coming in from China. You think we can develop a certain modus vivendi in a manner that on terror, this kind of obstructionism can be taken care of?
I certainly hope so. And the United States and India together keep saying in our international bodies, if we can't stand against terrorism, what do we stand for at all? So we both stand together. That provides the strength of a coalition. And to any other country out there, we invite them to join with us, because something that visits India today will visit a third country tomorrow. Something that's in the United States today will be in your borders tomorrow. So we must stand together, and I think India and the US are maybe perhaps the most powerful coalition in promoting that sort of a vision around the world.
And are there some geographies where we work even more going into the future? For example, there is one aspect about which Secretary of Treasury Janet Yellen has been talking about friendshoring.
Yes.
So terror is one aspect, but friendshoring is another. Diversity or diversifying the supply chains, and then the whole issue of IndoPacific, and the two nations looking in the same direction on that.
Right. You know, I grew up in Los Angeles. I grew up in the Indo-Pacific region, long before it even had that name. As a naval officer, I used to participate in exercises alongside my Indian counterparts. So to me, this is a natural relationship, just for me as an individual, but I believe also for our country. And whether it's the Indo-Pacific Economic Forum, which India has joined the 3 of the 4 pillars on to diversify our supply chain, to make sure that we have training for the workforce of the future, and co-investment on both sides of the Indo-Pacific, I love the stories coming out of India of investments from Indian companies in the United States, providing jobs, economic security, helping us keep industries going, and vice versa. Witnessing that, I just came back from Hyderabad where I saw 4 giant buildings with 100,000 jobs that American investment has helped occur here in India. So this is a wonderful bridge being built between India and the United States, but the benefit isn't just for our 2 countries, it's for the entire Indo-Pacific region.
All right, I come to my last question then. You have been on a culinary journey, so to say, apart from your other visits. I saw some pictures, you enjoying food in Maharashtra, Southern, and then I believe in Hyderabad.
Exactly.
How's the journey going?
My wife asked, so how are you feeling about being in India? Because my wife and daughter will come later this summer. I said, one word, what describes how you're feeling? And I said, full. I'm eating my way through India, loving every regional place. Had the best biryani of my life down in Hyderabad. I wake up and even here, I think the folks who help me have breakfast say, do you want, scrambled eggs? And I say, no, I want an Indian breakfast. Let's start with some chapatis. And to me, this is one of the great culinary capitals of the world.
All right. Happy eating and happy stay, Ambassador.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Good meals ahead.
Thank you, sir.